Good day everyone! Mabuhay! My name is Regine Gabidayaw, and today's video, we will be discussing the history of agrarian reform in the Philippines from the Spanish colonial period up to American era and the present. First, let's define what is agrarian reform. So, it comes from the Latin word ager, meaning field. Basically, it is about correcting the defective system of land ownership and how it is divided. So, naay mga mali sa sistema sa una nga kinahanglan nato ayuhon sa karon nga panahon. And then we have the land reform. This is a global movement for social justice. So its goal is to improve the dignity and the economic condition of our farmers, or they called peasants, to prevent social unrest. So ang tumong ani is para mahatagan nato og hustisya, or para mahatagan og hustisya ang atong mga local farmers or mga mag-uuma. Pre-Spanish period. So, long before the Spaniards arrived, we practiced communal land use in our barangays. So, this means that ang land is na belong na sa community. So, even though the datos or the nobility led the people, everyone had an access to the soil, to plant, and para makasurvive. So, walay na nag-iyag yun sa yuta nga ilahara. So, para na siya sa tanan. So, we have the Spanish period in 1521 to 1896. So, everything changed when the Spaniards arrived here in the Philippines. They introduced the, sorry for mispronouncing this word, encomienda. Correct me if I'm wrong. Encomienda system, where the King of Spain gave land grants to the loyal Spaniards. However, this led an abuse of power. So na-abused ang power. It turned sa mga encomenderos ang katong mga native owners sa lupa into shared tenants. So imagine, katong mga people nga originally live dito sa lugar is forced to pay tributes or taxes just to work on the land. So walaan silang karapatan, gihimo silang sakop or sa ilahang kaugalingon nga yuta. Agrarian uprising and the First Republic. So because of this injustice, the agrarian uprising of 1745 happened in Batangas and Cavite. So Filipino farmers there revolted against the land grabbing of religious orders. So later on, during the First Philippine Republic, General Emilio Aguinaldo intended to confiscate this friar's land, and unfortunately, his government was too short-lived to make it happen. During the American period in 1898 to 1935, when the Americans took over, they introduced the Torrens system through Act number 496. So this was the start of formal and land registration using titles. They also passed the Philippine Bill of 1902 or 1902, which set a land limit of 16 hectares for individuals. So it sounds good, but in reality, only the wealthy, educated families benefit, or sila lang ang naka-benefit aning kaning act. It is because they were the ones who knew how to process katong mga papel, mga legal papers, and ang mga dato ra gihapon ang makakuha sa kanang titulo. Kay syempre, dili man tanan nga tawo kay nakaskwela og kabalo mo process atong mga papers nga kinahanglan nun para makakuha ka og kanang legal nga papers sa titulo. So in conclusion, or to sum it up, the history of land in the Philippines is a long story of fighting for fairness. So dili ra nagkakahitabo sa una, but hantod karon kay mismo gani nga kanang mag-igsuon sa isa ka pamilya kay mag-away pa sa kanang titulo sa lupa. So from the communal sharing to complex titles, the goal remains the same. It is to ensure that those who till the soil actually benefit from it. So That is all for my report. Thank you so much for listening. And again, this is Regine Gubidayao.